Hi, everybody. John Younger here with 5 Minutes with Quentara Costa of Powwow LLC. Hi, Quentara.
Hi.
Thanks for coming on and thanks for sharing your story with us. Folks, sit back, relax, and I hope you enjoy the 5 Minutes with Quentara Costa. So, Quentara, tell us about your company.
Sure. So I am the owner of Powwow LLC in North Andover, Massachusetts. I am a certified financial planner, and I have been since about 2010. Financial planning has always been a passion of mine, and especially being able to do this now on my own has really given me the freedom to figure out who I can best serve. And when I launched this, I really wanted to serve people kind of going through what I had been going through, which was being part of the sandwich generation. I was making good income, but I had a lot of competing priorities. So I ended up having to take care of my father, who was surprisingly older than me. You know, most people are like, what do you know about elder care? Well, first, I was raised by my grandmother, so I am no stranger to what aging in place looks like, and I live that. Not only did I live with my grandmother, but also her sister and brother-in-law. So it was me and three 80-plus-year-olds.
Wow.
So I get the challenges and of aging in place and living at home and how important that is to people, but also what that truly looks like. And so then I went off to college, graduated, end up finding about my dad a little bit more. And it turns out he was 80 plus with Alzheimer's, living in Arizona. And so I went out, got him, learned what it was to transition a senior out of their home. So, and I made plenty of mistakes doing all of that. And I let my clients know that. But I think that's what really brought me to where I am right now, because I found that a lot of professionals kind of know their role, and can advise you on that piece. But sometimes it's hard to find someone that can bring it all together in terms of understanding the affordability of options, the estate planning, and the legal ease that needs to be done to get you to a certain point. Yeah. Then, referring to people that really are looking out for you and know their piece of this puzzle very well. Referring out to experts that really know what these communities look like, what questions to ask, things of that nature. So, John, I may have said this to you in the past because, we've known each other a while now, but I mean, I moved my father like 5 times. And that's not something anybody wants to. No. And it was a matter of just, finding a fit for him in the moment rather than really understanding the big picture and what could that community do for me, when he has mobility issues, or if he were, to need rehab or things like that. So that's what was really missing for me and what really spearheaded me to create Powwow. And so I'm happy to be doing this, and it's been really great and fun. And I've worked with a lot of seniors and then also a lot of adult children.
Sure. So Powwow is a great name. How did you come up with that name?
So Powwow, I named the company for my belief in conversation. So, I asked some of my clients, like, what do you hate about working with a financial advisor? Like, what don't you want to see? And the response was actually overwhelmingly that they felt like the relationship was paper-based, that it was all like the only time they heard from their advisor was quarterly in the mail, and it was on a statement. And, it was kind of like, you look at it and like, oh yeah, I have a relationship with him. Like, that was it. Yeah. I actually don't require any account management or account opening at all. Pretty much all my engagements are project or hourly or membership based, which I think really works well for mid-level career professionals and then also seniors. Because what I find time and time again is that my clients have good income, but they have competing priorities. So they don't necessarily have a huge nest egg to just turn over to somebody to invest, and then in exchange get financial advice on that piece. What I find is they have home equity, they have big 401ks, They have 529 plans for children, and they have aging parents that, have a lot going on. And a lot of times the aging parents love their bank and love having their money in a CD. They love having cash. They love having bonds. They have a guy, a guy's doing something.
Everybody's got a guy.
They got a guy, right? And that's fine. I'm not here to take the place of the guy. In fact, I'm just trying to collaborate with everybody in terms of, yes, let's make sure your investment management makes sense and stays exactly where it is, and maybe we can do something to tweak it. Let's make sure your insurance is right, and let me connect you to somebody who does that. Let's make sure your estate plans look good. Let's make sure that it's financially feasible for you to make a big transition. Because I find a lot of times the families, they go tour communities and they hear what the price is and they're like, and I think it's because they're thinking of it's sticker shock. And I think they're thinking of it as, well, I'm on a fixed income and that well exceeds that fixed income. But no one's really translated for them the resource of their home equity, of their retirement accounts. I think we get very stuck in the idea that we're never liquidating the house, so it's not available to us, and that our retirement accounts have to last us 50 years. Because when we retired, all we heard about was like, oh, you got to make till 100, right?
Yeah.
But now, okay, we're 85. It doesn't need to last the next 40 years. It's okay to start pulling from them. So I think once, I really run illustrations to show, here's the cost of your new path forward. Here's the expenses that are actually going to drop off from what you're doing right now.
Mm-hmm.
Here's how care might increase or how it might change, and let's factor that in. And here's all the resources you have to pull from, and here's how fast to pull from them, which one to pull from, and what happens if you do run out of money. That's a tough question. What happens if you run out of money?
Right.
So yeah, and as you know, I'm on the North Andover Council on Aging, so I'm well versed in all the community options there are for seniors. So
right. I really love your service. You have a great service. And what I see, and we've worked together with different seniors, what you're doing is you're pulling everything together to present to them so they can make a very informed, financially sound decision, whatever their transition might be.
Right.
Right. So thanks for spending a few minutes with us, Quentara. Can you tell, how do we get a hold of you if someone wants to reach out and have a chat?
Sure. So my website is powwowllc.com, and you can always download a little copy of my book, Transition Triggers. So if you do have a senior at home that you've been trying to convince aging in place might not be for them, help them figure out when that should happen. So it's not, I say it's for anybody can fill out that book at age 50 plus.
Yeah.
So there's that. And then my phone number is 978-685-7526.
All right. Terrific. Thank you for spending 5 minutes with Quentara Costa of Powwow LLC. Nice to see you, Quentara. Have a great day.
Yeah. Thanks so much. Have a great weekend.